Okay, brother, great meeting you today. Here's a quick review of what we did. By the way, you left your book here, but it's no big deal. Most of it should be covered in this video. Start with the first string, major scale. 8 notes with half steps between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. I call that an extended scale if it's on one string. Now you play each note twice, etc. On, off, etc. Up, down uses 2 strings, 1 and 2. A little out of tune. These will all descend, of course, 2. And then we talk about a sliding scale, where you hammer on the first, and then you just strike and slide. When you get bored, switch these to the other 6 strings. And remember, the key of E has 4 sharps, and as you go through the strings, they get progressively less sharp. So A has 3, D has 2, G has 1, and C, which we don't have a string for, has none. And I call those the big 5 guitar keys, E, A, D, G, and C. Okay, so we also studied some chord progressions. So the 1 of E, final thing, when you play the scale, say the notes. E, at least once a day. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Try them in reverse, that's a lot harder. So in the key of E, 1 is E, the 4 is A, and the 5 is B7. We're going to use this voicing with your pinky on the high E. So just kind of take these 3 chords and just pick up a strum pattern, just kind of noodle around. And just train your brain and your fingers to hear them as very closely related. And when you go minor, the 1 and 4 goes minor too. Okay, the song we talked about with regards to E minor was Painted Black. I see red tour and I won't paint it black. Then we switched to the key of A, and I gave you the rule of thumb literally, which is put the tonic, the 1, on your thumb, and just count up 4. But the big 5 keys, you'll never have a sharp in the 1, 4, or 5 position. So you get A, B, C, D is the 4, E is the 5. So we're going to do A to D, and then for the E we're going to use an E7 that loses the ring finger. So just play the same game and write a little song, just kind of noodle, have a good time, memorize the positions, and then switch to the minor. I think Dylan's All in the Watchtowers in A, but it doesn't use the 4 and the 5. Okay, so then we talked a little bit about this song by the Avett Brothers, The Flowers of Manhattan, and we talked about finger picking. So put your capo at 2. Since open position, this would be in the key of G. If you push it up 2 frets, it becomes the key of A. So even though it feels like I'm in G, I'm actually in the key of A. And you're going to do the version of G where your ring finger's on the 2nd string. And your thumb, this is called Travis picking, for Merle Travis, an old guitar player. Your thumb's usually playing a 2-note pattern. In the case of the G chord, it's 6, 4, 6, 4. And in the case of the C add 9, which is just the same voicing, but these 2 fingers shifted down, your thumb's doing 5, 4, 5, 4. So your pattern, you want to start by doing the 6, 4, and then insert the index finger right between them, so it's on the G string. Then insert the middle finger on the B string after the 2nd thumb beat. And that's the sort of holy grail of basic finger picking patterns. And when you switch to the C add 9, now your thumb's doing 5, 4, but the middle and ring finger haven't changed at all. Or the middle and the index, excuse me. So start by just playing each one forever like a drone, and then juxtapose them or contrast them. Do a couple bars of the G, a couple bars of C add 9. It's a very basic shift. And then do as it's written, which is 8 G patterns, 4 C patterns, and then 4 G patterns. And then the whole thing repeats again. And I can play along to it just for a bit so you can see what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C. Now it starts over again.
And I thought to cut it from its stem and take it from the cracks between
Hello,
the
Gene
bricks
Bull.
that it
Come on
laid,
in, friend.
and save it from the city strife.
You get it. So there's a bunch of little embellishments, but we'll worry about them at a later time. Have fun, dude.
Away from